Hey guys, what is going on? It is Justin Masson from Nintendo Dads, and today we are going to do some Let's Play footage of Mulaka. And this is from Lienzo Studios, so big thanks to those guys who were so kind to send us a review copy early access. So we've been able to get our hands on it a little bit earlier, so big shout out and thanks to them. They have been so awesome to work with them and their PR firm, so again, big shout out to them. We're going to dive into this here now. I've recorded some footage. Here's about the first 20 minutes of gameplay and an epic story that's being told. So I'm going to shut up and check this out. All right, guys?
Ali sopali, ali chili sopali. Eyera yenali, ali ono mecha. Napabua, humapu ni hili harwari. Napanewali suwaba namuti. Pamuchua. Ko pereale, usan siento raramuri. Se poli pobre. Awi ara kiti busurebe we awalu ochero ali lima Lienzo. Nori Cayena na awara alina. Gawisu ibara ko mamuriwisi. Mulako sukurua mihu chimi se poli pobro. Aliko negala nihirapa mamako. Kesu ibama echina.
All right, so the story, so to say, has been set. Just a beautiful art style and prologue, I guess, as we begin this. And one of the things first off the bat is, as I've been having the opportunity to play this, this game was on my radar a couple of months ago. I think, again, it was an indie reveal. They talked about it and looked very kind of cool. And I began following them on Twitter and saw the game was coming out. So I did some more research. And the company, again, Lienzo, and I'm probably saying that wrong, I apologize, has done such a tremendous job, and they're based out of Mexico. About this is really about cultural preservation, and about, I think it's so interesting because what they're doing here is they're talking about the Tarahumara. I'm saying that wrong, so I'm so sorry. Culture and the mythology and the mythos that goes around these people, and they're telling the stories. These aren't fake stories. These are real, a real culture, a real people, and their identity, and it's being told here in this game, which I think again is just such a beautiful collision of gameplay and cultural significance being presented to you in an artistic fashion, which again, we've talked about the importance of video games being told or being provided for their story, right? There's so much more here, and this game really does that. This game is so focused on ensuring the cultural preservation, but at the same time, as we're getting started here, ensuring it's fun. Ensuring it's just a great game to be playing and exploring and wanting to be involved in this world. So, I'm filming here. You're going to catch about 20 minutes of gameplay footage here. But I have, after filming, I stopped and played further along. I didn't want to spoil too much for you and get more of an experience in the game. But just the time and energy they spent ensuring the quality from a cultural perspective, and I think is really, really important. And they actually, it was really cool. We put it on our Twitter feed they actually put together 3 short videos, about 3 minutes each, talking about their process, like a behind-the-scenes process about making Mulaka and the Tarahumara people and the mythology and the importance of meeting with them and understanding them, and you're going to understand, working with researchers to make sure it was authentic and that it was correct. And it was, I think that's awesome. It's so awesome to understand what inspires a game, what drives the game design, the art style, and why, and the layers that are within it. Now this is really cool here. We're experiencing this kind of vision, right, where he has the ability, Mulaka has the ability to kind of see the I want to use it like the ghost world, I guess, right? But like, we see the dialogue here regarding basically like I've passed away, so this is my soul, right? And the other realm, and so there are this kind of like vision ability that you have to kind of see past the normal world and see what is beyond, right? The spiritual world, if you will, like the animals that may accompany it as well. So it's a very cool feature. I really like it. It's kind of like there's a second layer to the game. And it's actually quite a handy tool throughout the game, because you kind of get lost, you don't know where you're going. It's kind of almost a little bit of a hub area to allow you the ability to kind of give you directions to where to go. And again, here we're collecting some of these kind of aloe branches, which are actually going to provide us energy should we require it later as well. So that's pretty cool. So we kind of get moving along. I'm playing this right now on it's on the big screen, and I'm playing with the Joy-Con grips. So it feels really, really nice. I will say my favorite way that I've been playing this, and it does play. Oh, just missed my jump there. Is I've been playing a lot in handheld, and I don't know whether it's just the way that handheld is the experience. It feels more intimate, it feels closer, and I really like it that way, to be honest. Now we're going through a little bit of kind of a tutorial. We're seeing these kind of deer is the best word I would use, kind of rocks that are giving us some quick information about what we need to do here. I've been told about strong attack, so we're starting to kind of understand. I have a melee attack, I have a strong attack, I have jump. And I'm just kind of jumping around here. Looks like there's a gate I need to try or stone thing I need to kind of break or get through over there on the horizon. Grab some more aloe. So again, this is kind of like, your energy refiller. My energy is up on the top right-hand corner, by the way. Those kind of 3 diamonds, if you would. Those kind of almost be, if you would, your hearts, if you want to kind of equate that way. There's a bit of an energy buildup. We can see that that's that blue line, kind of looks like almost like a smiley face under a mountain. That's a blue line of energy as I'm killing bosses or enemies. More of that fills up to allow me, special abilities to go here as well. And then the bottom left-hand corner of the kind of the hub area, that is referring to your left directional pad, kind of your up, down, or D pad that provides you easy access to stuff like your aloe that you've been grabbing, which will recharge your energy as well. So we're going to break through this brick wall and or stone wall and move on to our next area. There we go. So again, now I'm learning how to dodge, and of course, whenever you find these kind of tutorials, it'll also give you something to activate it right away. So here we have a large creature coming at me. This is kind of cool. You can actually you get information about the enemies, so I can kind of hit the minus sign and I get kind of a visual cue, a little bit of history, or not history, but information about the animal. And then also, how do you potentially defeat it? In this case, I need to dodge, which is interesting because I just learned how to dodge, right? So it kind of makes sense. A really good tutorial. Just as, got knocked there. Obviously did not die, but you can see my kind of top right diamond or heart, as I was calling it before. My energy is kind of depleted a little bit there. And then we can see that grow gaining. Actually, just as we're kind of running around here too, I see our another tent area coming up here. Just a beautiful landscape again. I know we probably start every video with a tremendous art style and loving art style, but those are usually things that grab me. But again, I think this is again a great marriage of artistic art style, fantastic gameplay and design, and then cultural significance and story. In a lot of ways, I think, a couple of weeks ago we had Faye come out. Very much to kind of remind me of there's a story that's being told here of significance. And I enjoy the storytelling aspect of games like that, the importance of it. I think especially when we talk about being a parent and playing games, to be able to say like, hey, I want to expose you to a different kind of culture, or expose you to something different that may be completely foreign to you, right? Do you know much about Mexico and their lore and their mythos? Probably not. Well, let's play this through this kind of game, and if we can open up and broaden experiences and understandings of culture and content through video game and just the importance, I think that's a cool thing. So I'm getting a little bit of a parenting here. One of the things I do find a little bit that I have to kind of work with here is a little bit of the camera angle, and that's being controlled by my right joystick. So I just sometimes need to be a bit sharper on that. It reminds me very much of kind of when you first kind of began playing 3D action-adventure games, which is exactly what this is. And maybe on the Nintendo 64, or maybe a little bit even on the GameCube, kind of having to adjust your camera every once in a while, but really cool. So here's things. We actually, each level of this level specifically, there are kind of items to locate and hide. In this case, there's 3 of these green kind of shrubs, I guess is the word, that has a significance and helps me to do that. So there's 3 of those, and then if you notice below on the right hand side, there are 4 kind of people to go meet, and as from my recollection of that would be people who have passed away. So those are spirits we talked about earlier as well, to go locate them. And that's the importance of the vision aspect, to be able to kind of use your hub to see where are they and find your way along. So gonna break some more rocks here. If you haven't, I would strongly suggest checking out the videos that they put together. And I guess maybe that would have been something really cool that I would have loved. And I don't know, probably would have cost not necessarily more money, but data storage is how do you embed those kind of videos in a almost like an after. You buy the game, you have access to these videos to watch. Because I think it it doesn't need to be added to the story, but I think it just the behind the scenes of the developer was really cool stuff. So I don't know, I'm rambling a little bit there, but I was really impressed with it. Doing a little bit of just level exploration at this point. Nope, there's all 10 down there. Let's see what's going on. My favorite part, I think, right now is the run and jump. So obviously we get a little bit of background story and some more history and again, the cultural mythos of the characters as we're reading through these pieces of context or dialogue that's being provided to us as well. So she's obviously encouraging using visions. We're going to use that right now. We see some pieces up on our hub world here, so we're going to start moving around and see if we can find what we are looking for. Big stones with symbols on it. I feel like that's going to come into play or be important very soon. Got something over there on the horizon, so let's see what that is. This puts us kind of right back to where we were before, but a good opportunity to save our game nonetheless. We'll do that. Apparently get attacked. So we're looking for here a little bit of direction, and we can see again up on there's kind of like some hub, these circles, red question marks, and then kind of a white thing. So we're going to start moving towards a couple of those pieces right away and see what we can explore and find. looks like up here, we go to the top of this stone area here in a moment. We'll just kill these guys, get some more energy. There we go up here. So it looks like there is kind of a 3 stones appear to need to go into here, and that is the objective. So each of these kind of areas that we're in right now, this world kind of tutorial area, does require us to get these 3 stones to open this level, or this kind of gate, that then we will go into, and then there's a boss fight. There's more of a level to explore, but there's kind of a, each land, I guess you would call, that you're in has this objective of finding these 3 stone pieces, putting it in there. Once that's activated, you move on to your next kind of challenge. So very much, in a lot of ways, it's kind of dungeon-esque. Each of the worlds or each of the levels, settings, I guess would be the best way I put it, to complete that. But it's a lot of, it's a lot of really cool, you finding combat and exploration and completing tasks and challenges associated with it as well. So it's got a good mixture. I really like that as well. Jumped out of here. I don't know, that looks like a skill set up here, so let's go see what this is. We've got a bit of a finisher move here. But we also have the ability to throw our spear, so we're getting some more tutorials about what we need to do. Grab some more aloe. We always need aloe. It's always a good thing. Actually, looks like aloe branches. That's pretty cool. Here's our finisher, which I probably should have done earlier when there was actual bad guys. But, here we go. Learning new controls is always fun. Let's see. I see something glowing up there, so you're going to want to get there eventually, I'm sure. What else do we got going on here? Just in general, of all the bad guys, I dislike this guy. He's pretty far up there. I do not like these guys. but there we go. Not because it's bad design, or they're tougher. Sounds like a bad excuse, but they're a little bit tougher. We're gonna jump over here. Oh, I'm gonna fall there. That's a nice part as well, is there doesn't appear to be any kind of actual, well, actually in this case I did die, so I'm going to use a healing potion. I'm going to activate that here in a second. And we can see over in the top right hand corner I now have 2 stones, now back to 3 stones. 3 stones with glowing stuff, so I have the ability to heal yourself. Currently it appears that stuff like the aloe is relatively available to you as well. So, it's kind of always available. We got some boss fights here. It's kind of a little bit of a... can't really go further until you've completed this. So we're actually saying, hey, why don't you check out your visions? Let's see. So there we go. So you're actually going to see with the vision, you can see the enemies for fire. Where the points, also visual representation, but that feels like you have a spirit animal hosting these creatures or animals that are attacking you as well. Oh, what are these guys? Okay. These guys I also don't like, but they're not as bad. It's just all about dodging. Or, you know, I should dodge and not get ran over by it. There we go. We have got him. A little bit of a fowl or a duck or a bird or something that we're going to maybe try and catch. The cutscene's suggesting that. So let's see what we can do here. Alright, so we have caught him, and it looks like the very first thing they're giving us is our first stone, which is another rock, which is a great thing, which I think is a great spot for us to stop here, guys. Make sure you check out Mulaka. It is on the Nintendo Switch eShop, available today, and I would highly recommend it. It's for $19.99 or $19.99 USD, and guys, this is a fantastic game. I think it's a ton of fun, and you should check it out.